I watch the Majority Report pretty much every day, and I don't always. They don't always clip the stuff I want them to. And there was an interesting clip, or an interesting section of the show that they did not clip that I'm going to clip for them because I think it's valuable. It's funny too. So, an IMer called, sent a message saying Sam Cedar should debate Destiny or somebody like that about the Israel-Palestine situation. And Cedar said he would on Destiny's show, not on his show. And but it really is a little more valuable to discuss these things with somebody who is an expert in the field, someone who's been studying it their entire life, someone like Norman Finkelstein, someone who's been all over the internet debating people. But Destiny is too scared to even react to a Norman Finkelstein debate, much less invite Norman Finkelstein on for a conversation. That's what they're calling him out for. But he starts off by mentioning that he had debated Destiny before, and that Destiny had kind of made a fool of himself by suggesting that if Kyle Rittenhouse had been a different color, then Sam Cedar would not have condemned him. Sam Cedar would have actually performed sexual favors on him.
But nevertheless, the idea that I would, that my assessment of that situation would turn on the color of one's skin, and that's the only context in which I would judge these things from, was spurious in and of itself.
Yeah.
The idea that I would express this by imbibing significant amounts of someone's sexual releases is what you do when your audience is like 13-year-olds.
Yeah, you want attention.
But again, 13-year-olds are important to reach.
Yeah, that's why you should have Norm Finkelstein on.
So, that reminds me. I really do get the impression that a lot of Destiny's fans are very young. And here's the thing. I was supposed to debate Destiny. I didn't want to debate Destiny. I wanted Destiny to debate Sam Cedar, actually. I wanted him to debate Sam Cedar on voter suppression in Florida in 2000. Because I used to listen to Air America back in the day, and all those guys, that's all those guys ever talked about. So I knew Sam Cedar knew what he was talking about. Destiny's claim was that there was no voter suppression in Florida, and this was a conspiracy theory, in spite of the fact that the ACLU and the NAACP both sued Florida successfully for that. Destiny did not want to debate Sam Cedar. He wanted to debate me instead. So I sent him a clip of a video I did about the subject, and after he saw the clip, presumably after he saw the clip, he blocked me. Well, canceled the debate and blocked me. Leaving me with all of this energy and no place to put it. So who do I take it out on? I take it out on his fans. And his fans don't know shit. They just simply mimic the things that Destiny says. So I drag them, I humiliate them. And it's like, what kind of loyalty is that to your fan base? What kind of fans are you that you let this guy fight your fights for you, for him? Why can't he ever face the music? You know, he's demanding that Emma Vigeland from the Majority Report apologize to him. He said he wasn't going to vote for Biden unless Emma Vigeland apologized to him. So, I asked his fans, what exactly does Emma Vigeland owe him an apology for? Because it's my impression she barely knows who he is. She's never talked about him. She barely knows who he is. She barely knew who he is. The first time she met him was at some conference a few months ago. He never demanded an apology in person, as far as I know. She doesn't even know that he wants an apology. I think the fact that she barely knows who he is the real reason he wants that apology, because he called her a stupid fuck and she still won't give him the time of day. And I think that bothers him because I suspect, I'm no psychiatrist, he may be suffering from something called narcissistic personality disorder.
I mean,
I want to see that debate.
audience is like 13-year-olds.
Yeah, you want attention.
But again, 13-year-olds are important to reach.
Yeah, that's why you should have Norm Finkelstein on.
I
want to see that debate. Like this thing, like where anybody who says like, "Oh, this thing is objectionable," to Destiny said, "Well, you got to debate him." Like, I'm not trying to raise my profile on this issue and make myself like the champion of Palestinians.
Well, this is the weird thing about YouTube culture or Twitch culture, is that it really becomes like, who cares whether Matt Leck or Sam Cedar is an expert at this? When you have experts at this and you have a strong position, you want to test it, go out and test it.
Yep. Exactly. Destiny's going around claiming that you cannot have democracy in Palestine. That it can't be a one-state solution where everybody has a right to vote. Because if Palestinians are giving themselves, are given voting power, they will use that power and abuse it against Israelis. Which is the same argument that was used when people wanted to end Jim Crow. It's the same argument for the people who wanted to maintain South African apartheid. And it is, and I was always questioned, well, and he said all of the Arab countries or Muslim countries, whatever he said it, that are surrounding will turn on Israel. Well, they're not doing that now, are they? I mean, that's absurd. It seems to be, he seems to believe that societies are built upon the same spite that he built his career on. It's delusional, and if he's going to make that argument, he should make it with a historian. If he's going to make claims that From the River to the Sea is anti-Semitic, he should have to explain why the freedom of one particular group of people means the oppression of another group of people. I want him to explain that. Why is it necessary for one's freedom to rely upon the oppression of another?
Yeah. Or just play video games and
this isn't
Wikipedia articles.
This isn't just like sort of like, nobody knows for sure about certain questions of politics, and you can be like a sort of a dilettante and on this stuff.
You can,
and it can be expressed. I mean, the reason why I want to go and debate conservatives is literally just to humiliate them. I
want to know. What are you gonna? What does Norman Finkelstein lack that Shoe-on Head doesn't? That's what I want to know. What does Fat Baby 01 have that Norman Finkelstein doesn't? What does Duck Walk 17? What aspect of Israel-Palestine history does he understand that this professor?
That's it. To humiliate them in some fashion, even if it's in the most sophomoric way possible, because that's the language that they speak. But if you're going to have a debate from the center to the left on a topic that has this level of seriousness and literally is life or death, why wouldn't you want to engage experts at this?
It's weird. Or you just play video games and, scan Wikipedia articles and comment broadly on genocide without, talking to anybody that might have an expertise in the subject. But you're getting the Twitch sub, so who cares?
Yes, he is. Hey, by the way, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but you know Miley Cyrus, her birth name was Destiny. I'm not kidding. You can Google this. The name on her birth certificate was Destiny Cyrus. Of course, she had it legally changed to Miley because Destiny is a boy's name.